Hey, I got a question for the group about open houses. So I thought that the new law says that you can't put like open house signs out like on, in the neighborhood that like directs people to the open house. But then I saw another realtor doing it the other day. So what's the rule on that?
They
I
have to
don't,
be picked
I,
up the
I,
same day. Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
and it just depends on the HOAs.
I thought it came from like Trek or Har that said that like there was like a fine, some $5,000 fine. They had just changed it. It wasn't too long ago. Where you used to be able to like advertise it and say, hey, it's over here. You could put signs out a block away, 2 blocks away, 3 blocks away, whatever. And then they changed that, I thought,
That
to where
law.
you could only have it in your yard.
I still do it, and I pick it. Make sure that I pick all my signs up. It's only a couple of hours. I don't. I don't. I think it was more if you had them multiple days. I didn't hear anything about uh, a couple of hours, but I could be wrong.
I didn't think it had a time limit on there. It just said you couldn't do it. And it was like first offense was like $1,000 or something if
Why
they
don't
caught
you
you with.
find out, Mike, what that is and let us all know in the chat?
Okay.
And most HOAs that don't really want that done, they'll let you. They'll come to the house or they'll see you and they'll approach you. Believe me, they will. It's happened to me. And they'll be like, we're not supposed to put those up, but I'll let you have them up. They're like, you just have to make sure you take them down by the end of your open house. Once again, because they don't want it staying overnight.
I mean, yeah, I just did a little quick Google search. It says under Texas law and statewide enforcement of House Bill 3611 is illegal to place open house or directional signs in public rights of way, including medians, street corners, sidewalks, utility poles, and curbsides. First violation up to 1,000, second violation up to $2,500.
So yeah, so I think that's been in effect for a while now because I remember that from when I first started 4 years ago. Like at the like a stoplight or something, that corner right there, you're really technically not supposed to do it. And the police have stopped people before to say you can't have your signs there and make you pick them up. But a lot of the time, like they don't stay or do anything. It's kind of hit or miss if you're that worried about it. I feel myself. If anybody else wants to chime in.
What are we worried about? Getting our sign stolen?
No, like if you'll get fined by I guess from the state of Texas for having our open house signs like in the public access areas, like the
So,
part of the grass.
so guys, go Google, find out whatever your local municipality says, find out whatever the government says, and then do your best not to get a fine. It's real simple. That's it. Conversation over. What's next? Let's talk about stuff that's going to move the needle. Let's talk about stuff that's going to put money in your pocket. What conversation can we have right now that can help you in your lead generation, that can help you build your business? I know Joe's usually on with leasing right now, but let's talk about it. What can we get through over the next like 10 to 15 minutes that will help us move the needle? We're in summer. Guys, right now it's time to get in the trenches, build your business, and get things moving. Come winter, it may be a little more tough. What you do now builds momentum for the winter. What you do now absolutely can pay off before the summer's over. So go and get it. So what can we do right now? Oh, that door's open. What can we do right now?
Make sure we're lead genning and making those calls.
Okay, good. If you're not in boot camp, you might want to think about getting in boot camp. But there's nothing crazy about it. We're in a conversation world. got to have conversations, build relationships, make your money. What else can we work on right now that can absolutely move the needle? What can we work on right now that can help us build our business? Let's go. Contribution.
Reaching out to our SOIs.
Yeah, that's always one, right? If you're not making the foundation, the fundamentals of your business, reaching out to your SOI, your family, your friends, the people you know, love, and trust, I got to tell you, you're missing the boat. There's a lot of opportunity there. I say this, it's like stepping over $100 bill to pick up a $10 bill, because the $100 bill is right there. You got to go find 10 $10 bills to create a $100 bill. Just pick up the $100 bill. It's right there. You've already got half the equation. Dig into your SOI. What else, guys? What are we doing right now to go get business? Okay, she said calling in the pond. Who has seen some success calling in the pond? Okay, talk about it. What kind of things you seeing? Speak up.
So I was digging through and it was like a really, really old, like probably back from 2021, something crazy. So I called this lady and was just like, hey, at one point you were in touch with us regarding real estate. Is there anything that you currently need? Are you looking to your house soon? Or do you know anybody? And she was like, yeah, actually I'm thinking about selling. And she was really hesitant. So I think like maybe if I could try to figure out a way to like disarm the caller sooner, that would be cool. But I think over the conversation, as I got to talk to her, it kind of helped a little bit. But essentially, she was like, yeah, I want to sell and I want to downsize. I want to buy 2 properties. So I tried to set an appointment with her and she was just like not having it. She was just like, yeah, I just want the numbers. And so I was like, well, I kind of have to see your home in order to give you accurate numbers. And so it turned out she had like over $1 million house. And then she wanted to purchase like some land somewhere for retirement, and then over 55 house here in Pearland. So it was awesome, but I still haven't sat down with her, but I'm hoping that I can.
So let's talk about angles. Number one, let's start from the basics. You called in the pond. Had you ever done that before?
I mean, yes, but very recently.
Yeah, so you just started, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, so if she jumps into something brand new, were you a little hesitant and afraid?
A little bit.
A little bit, but you're like, I got to do it.
Yeah.
So you started making calls.
Mhm.
You pick up the phone, you talk to a perfect stranger you've never met her before, she's never met you. You ask basic questions, and she responds, yes, I could use some help. Right? Now, we got to figure out, like, what exactly does she need help with? So the angles you just gave me that I just start thinking off the top. Number one, if she found that right piece of land or that right property in Pearland, she's probably much more motivated to make a move, right? If you were the person that delivered that piece of land or that property that made her motivated, she'd probably be attracted to you. She'd probably be drawn to have you be her agent, right? Okay, so there's an angle. Can you dig and ask her, well, you know, your house, I really got to come and see it. From what I feel, you're not up for an appointment quite yet for me to come and take a look and give you a real price on your property. I can shoot you numbers. It's really not going to do you justice. I just really need to come and see the property. I mean, we can go and knock that out. But why don't we go ahead and get started with finding out what you're looking for in the Pearland area? Because we've got a lot of properties out here that nobody knows about. We've got off-market properties. We've got almost 100 agents, and I'm sure they got things in their pocket too. If I could find you the perfect property in Pearland that fit everything you're looking for, how soon would you want to make a move? What's that motivation like? Would you move in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days? Like, whoa, pump your brakes, not for a year or two. Talk to me about that. What does that look like?
Mhm.
And just really finding out who this person is, what they really want, what is their motivation. If they tell you like, no, they give you little things like, honestly, I'm looking, but I'm just looking right now. I'm waiting for my granddaughter to graduate in 2027. That's the thing, right? Or all these different things that may give you ideas. And they may say, yeah, I've been looking, nothing's made me happy. Hey, do you have an agent looking for you? No, I just look online. Okay. So how serious are you about that? If a real estate agent could work for you, like my work, I go out there and I find, I'm not asking to pay me anything to find it. We'll find a way to get me paid and all that stuff. All I want to do is find you the best property that makes you happy. Can you tell me a little bit more about that? Let's figure it out, right?
Yeah.
Guys, when somebody, like, everybody's trying to run through the door, list the house, list the house, list the house. There's a window open right there. Climb your happy ass in the window if you have to. If she tells you there's another way to get in the house, go get it. I think we get so fixated on one thing that we don't stay curious to the human being. Like, what is really going on with this human? And I think that will really open up conversations. So one of my favorite thought process around calls, I don't care if it's somebody I've met or I don't know, it's I stay curious like a child. I don't care if you don't ever buy a house. I don't care if you don't ever sell a house with me. I just want to know, how much can I know about you and figure out about you as just a person in the next 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes? How long can I keep you on the phone and get to know what you're looking for? And that's really it. Because a lot of times there may be another issue that needs to be solved that's blocking the real estate issue. You know, and this goes for everybody, guys. This is human beings. If I ask you right now, what is your 5-year plan? You may be like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I want to do the other. But I know right now, most of us have some kind of block right now. Blocks may be emotions, block may be feelings, blocks may be, you can't really see the future because you've got a light bill you need to pay. You're about to lose your house. You're late on your car note. Man, 5 years, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just trying to make it through this week. But we don't listen to human beings enough to find out what is your today and this week problem or this month problem that I can help you with, so we can pull the blinders off and you can see 5 years. And I think it's lacking in a lot of conversation, right? And I think we tend to tell when it's really just shut your ass up and listen. Yeah, stay super curious, man. Like, you know, like when you get back on the phone with her, ask her like, hey, I did some research on your property. Fabulous property. I'd love the opportunity to talk to you more about that. But I feel like we need to solve another problem first, is finding what you're really looking for. Because I think this property will figure itself out. We can get that taken care of. What's your next move? And how quickly do you want to make that next move? What does that really look like? Can we dig into that and just see where that ride takes you? You'll probably end up finding more about her family, about her situation, you know, all these other things. And that's where you really figure out, okay, how can I really take care of this person? Make sense? Yeah. So, guys, number one, just make the damn calls. I can't tell you anymore. Get on the phone and have conversations. Number two, when you're in these calls, it's not appointment, sell. It's get to know this person enough to figure out where we can go together. And it could be a million different places. And it could be so much more fun than just selling real estate. And at the end, you may have a friend who referred you 5, 10, 15 pieces of real estate when you were just trying to get one. It's a really old vulgar story, right? About a dad cow or a dad bull and a baby bull on the top of the hill. And the son says, Dad, let's go down there and have sex with one of those cows. And the dad says, slow down. If we just walk down, we can have sex with all of them. You got to slow down. It's like we're trying to abuse shit, right? And that is very vulgar. But at the end of the day, there's a message behind it. The message is finesse. Slow down. Listen. Talk to people. Let things develop organically. Like, just get to know people. Like, the journey of getting to know someone and helping them self-discover and you find out who they are, it's so exciting. I sat down with, man, it's crazy. This weekend, I get this. We actually got a homes.com or realtor.com. I don't know where it came from. And I saw the name in the system, and I'm like, that's my old teacher from high school. So I've been calling her. We've been going back and forth. And finally, we set something up. She's 81 years old. Man, I showed up to the house to meet her. She gets out of the car, gets out. She could barely breathe. I thought she was gonna have an asthma attack. I run back to my car, get my inhaler, hook her up. Like she's like, oh my God, I can't believe you had an inhaler. Like it was just learn, you know. And she'll tell you like all these years of smoking. And then we sat there and talked about her years of teaching in public education, what brought her to Pearland, how she became my teacher. And she said, I'll tell you one thing, and this is all I remember. The number one thing I think when I think about you, she's like, Ozzy, I'll never forget it. She said, you were in the Commons, sitting on the staircase by yourself, and you were just crying. And I was like, what? She said, yeah, your mama just died. And I'll never forget you. I will never forget that moment. We just sat there and you just cried on my shoulder and we just kind of chilled out. And I was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember none of that. And she was like, yeah. And then she was like, how can I fire my agent and hire you? I was like, I don't know, but we didn't really bond over the property. We bonded over something totally different. The conversation of her telling me about how much she loved education. And she said, I started in an inner city Pittsburgh high school in the ghetto. And I fell in love with those kids. And that began, I never wanted to be a teacher. She said that began my like 50-year journey of teaching kids. It's pretty crazy, but if I would have just sat there and shut up and listened, man, I can't tell you, she told me a bunch of stories. And I didn't have to close her on selling her house. At the end, she's like, well, what do I need to do to get rid of my agent? And I was like, well, I can't send you an agreement until you make a decision. She goes, I'm done with her. And I said, okay. So I guess just send her an email telling her you want to end your relationship. She's like, that's it. And she used to be a real estate agent. Kind of crazy. And I said, yeah. And she's like, okay, I'll send it today. We'll send me the DocuSign tomorrow. I was like, okay, fantastic. Let's go. Like 90% of that conversation was just her talking about teaching. The other 10% was real estate. I didn't walk around and give her some guru plan on how to sell her house. I didn't walk around telling her about how we are so awesome at selling real estate, how we sell everything. No, I just listened to a human being. And she listened to me and we just talked. We actually sat there. It's on a golf course. And we just see these people golfing. And she talked about, she lives on a golf course and she's like, golf is a horrible game. I hate this. I'm like, why'd you buy the golf course? I don't know. So if there's a lesson or anything that we can learn in this moment right now is, guys, just listen to people, ask questions, listen to people, go on the journey, help them self-discover. Don't make your sole purpose and sole focus on real estate. That's not why we're here. Like, that's not why we were put on this earth. Real estate is the vessel. Real estate is a vehicle to help us in this society that says we need money to survive, right? But if you just get out there and help people and listen to people and take care of people, if you ask the right questions, you listen enough, and you just help be the resource and find solutions and do it over and over and over and over again, it's going to figure itself out. And it's so much more fun than abusing the phones for closings, right? That's why I'll tell you the boot camp, the reason why boot camp is, and I tell people, it's about a habit, a skill, and a pipeline. The habit of getting on the phones and calling people, it's just about getting over the fear of having a conversation. Eventually what happens, you'll maneuver through the fear, you'll maneuver through the questions, you'll maneuver through conversations. The person who has thousands of conversations and learns to listen is better than the person who has 10 and never learns. Hurry up. Just have as many conversations, but take away the result. Stop thinking about the end game and appointments. Think about right now I'm on a call with somebody who needs me to listen. You know how I know? Because God or the maker or whatever put us on this call. Let's just be in this moment right now. That's it. Any questions, comments, concerns, thoughts about what I just went over? Anything to add to it?
I have a little bit to add to that real quick. Right now in the market that we're in, like I'm seeing there's a lot on social media that's like sellers are pulling their houses off the market, agents are getting fired. And it's like, I feel like we aren't sometimes listening enough to our sellers and really like being there to truly advocate for them and just rather than just sell, it's like truly connect with them and figure out their needs, dig deeper, like you're saying, have the conversations. And then they're not going to be like, well, pissed off if their house doesn't sell right off the bat. Like you're doing what you can. We're interpreting the market what we can. We have more competition. Buyers are going to do what buyers are going to do. But it's like just be there because they are like we are human beings and they are human beings. So just have that and build that relationship with them. That's my little soapbox on that.
Yeah, it's a process, guys. Right now, I mean, you look at the numbers. There's some neighborhoods that are selling pretty well, but a majority of neighborhoods are not. So, and this is another thing is you can't be afraid to tell them the truth. I think that's the worst thing you can do is go in there and give them this big high number and say, we can get it. I'm the best marketer. Dude, you can't outwork this market right now. I'm sorry, you just can't. There's too many options out there. So you have to be honest. Like one of my conversations, I'd rather you be pissed off with me now when I tell you the truth than pissed off me in 6 months when you realize that I didn't get the job done because I didn't tell you the truth up front. So which you want me to be honest with you all the time or just part of the time? Okay, good. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and you may not like it. It may hurt. So having that conversation is very powerful. Anything else? Anybody? All right. So let's go gratitude and bucket filler. This time, right? Yes, it is. 8:36. What are y'all grateful for today? I need to know what you are grateful for today. I need at least 3 of them to get us through.
Okay, I'll go if you don't mind. So I just want to say I'm very grateful and well, it's grateful and bucket filler, but he's not going to hear it right now. To my husband because like he really does like put up with my BS and really help me to succeed in life in every way. He helped me out a lot this weekend with my open houses. He came and he put that dryer in the back of my truck yesterday all by himself. You know, we loaded up all the bread from the AEA Community Cares into my car yesterday. He tried to finagle and find a way to make a big ass cooler with the dryer to fit in there. And he was mostly doing all this by himself because I'm doing other things that were business related, but all while we have the kids too. So he was being like super dad, taking care of them and bringing them to the parks and stuff while I'm at the open houses. So gratitude and bucket filler for him too, because I also just came home with 2 new ducks as well. And he was not happy about that, but I knew he wasn't happy, but he never like, he doesn't yell at me. He doesn't get like mad at me in my face or anything like that. Like he's upset. And then it's like 2 or 3 days later, he's like, whatever, it is what it is. He knows I'm an animal freak and I love animals. And he just kind of puts up with it. But I'm not that crazy that we're like overwhelmed. It's not like we have 150 cats and dogs in our house. I think at that point it would be an issue, but it was just 2 more ducks.
Yeah, you're crazy. Don't try to act like you're not. You're crazy.
No. I do have limits, but I wanted ducks and I was only going to buy 1, but Tractor Supply said I had to buy 2 because of agriculture. So I would have only came home with 1.
Stop kidnapping these animals. All right, let's go. Let's go, Willie. All right, at least 2 more gratitude bucket fillers. What are y'all grateful for today?
Friday,
Go ahead.
I went Friday for an appointment. He never appeared. I was stopped at his house. He never showed up. So I said, "Oh my goodness, how people can be this way?" But I'm happy because my mindset was different. Say, okay, I'm here. I'm going to go around the neighborhood, know the neighborhood people, neighbors, and see what I can do. So I met 2 neighbors, talked with them, and also I went to around like a little, it was like a store, something like that. There is a lady who says okay for me to go there and maybe stand on the weekends there with my information. And also I saw something that still is in my mind. I saw an old lady, maybe 80 years old, sitting on the porch, but in a really, really ugly hair that I wasn't sure about it. I need to approach or that, or I don't know, but still I have that in my mind. I'm going to research and see what I can do, or I don't know. I'm still having that image in my mind and see how I can help this lady, and maybe there is more elders that need help in that neighborhood. So I'm in that in that mindset now. So I'm grateful that I was able to see that, and I would love to have more ideas and see how I can help.
Let's go. Get it. I'll tell you this, guys. When somebody doesn't show up to an appointment, it's real easy to be like, oh, they ghosted me, or I can't believe they did this to me. Guys, I ego-wise, you're not that important for them to be like, oh, I'm gonna avoid you, right? No, that's not how this works. Life happens. They didn't put on the calendar. They don't use the calendar. They just forgot. Car broke down. Somebody passed away. Like, there's all these things that happen, and I think we automatically go to, they don't respect my time. I can't believe they did not show up to my appointment. Like, get over yourself. Life happens. Things happen. So always tell the story like this. Something came up, a very human thing happened. I'm going to continue following up to help them move through these human situations. Really cool. I'm going to be there for them. How many of y'all have ever missed an appointment, been late to an appointment? So if you miss an appointment or you're late to an appointment, the person on the other side, if every one of us, I know I've missed and been late to a lot of appointments. Oh my God. If every time they were like, oh my God, he does not care about me. He's a real dirtbag. He doesn't value my time. I'm like, oh my God, don't be so dramatic. No, it's, I'm human. I screwed up and I'm sorry. I don't mean to go out there and piss people off. I didn't mean to do all that. You know what I mean? So I want us to make sure we are making these conversations our head go the right way. You didn't get ghosted. It's nothing personal. Life happened. Keep on moving. Keep on moving. All right. I need one more gratitude and bucket, brother. What y'all got today? I'm about to call on y'all.
I have one.
Go ahead. What you got?
I have a normal closing today, and I'm just so grateful and so excited for that because it's almost like the quote unquote easier ones. I missed all the loss mitigation ones. It's kind of like, wait a minute, we're about to close. And anyway, just super excited about that and just able to help a family get a retirement property and stuff. So just grateful for that.
Let's go. All right. Traditional. She said normal. What she said? Regular shit.
Retail, traditional, normal, but the distressed crazies.
Guys, so motivational Monday for me today.
The normal one, pretty much the abnormal one.
Abnormal is becoming normal in this market. Shit ain't regular. So, guys, my motivational minute, I wanted to go over today. Today, Mondays and Wednesdays have kind of gotten away from me a little bit. Like, I feel that they're making sandwiches. If y'all don't know, like right now they're over there making sandwiches, right? So it's Claudia, Delana, Renata. Who else over there right now? That's it. They're making 70 plus sandwiches for kids. They connected with Pasadena ISD. There's a school where the principal said, hey, we have a really big need. So they're making all these sack lunches to go and give away today at that school. And I show up and there's already 2 cars. I forget. I feel bad about it, right? I show up and I'm like, oh my God, they're just in here making it happen. They're out here hammering out sandwiches or whatever. And to me, it's just, I look at the situation and I think, we don't have to stick to a conventional model of living, right? We don't have to stick to a normal model of our calendar and how it works. There are things that you need to place in your world, in your life, as a priority to make sure they don't get left behind, because you forget the priorities, life can fall apart really quickly, right? In the places that really matter. But what they're doing right here, like watching them put the sandwich together, package everything, put together. So like this morning on Huddle, you know, I love it. Like take over. Somebody jump on Huddle, set it up, take over, and just keep on moving. Because what they're doing is just freaking awesome, right? So I know me, I saw they were running out of meat. I'm like, I'm out of here. I went to Kroger, we got some more meat, so we don't have to stop making sandwiches. And yeah, just I guess the word is pivot. Be okay with pivoting. The other part to me is 360 leadership. That's who we are here. I don't need to be on the call for the call to happen. Anybody should be able to hop in and just lead the call, lead the conversation, right? Talk about it. What do we need to work on? And when you guys are on these calls, it's not just, don't just listen to chime in little bits and pieces. Listen to say, man, how did this conversation flow? How do we get the most out of this conversation? How can I facilitate a conversation that's high level that gets the most out of people for this, for my business, for my conversation, my family, for my conversation, my listings? Like there's so much opportunity, and not just sitting in the crowd and saying, I'm waiting for someone else to leave. It's so much more to say, no, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to jump in and I'm going to start the conversation. And I really appreciate that. I love that. I love that about who we are. I love it. Like the camera was like, things are like, you guys are on the call talking, and I was like 15, 18 minutes before I got in here. And that's what it needs to be. Don't wait for the opportunity. Nobody needs to give you the title of leader. You don't need a freaking name tag. You just need to know that right now, everybody on here, you have the authority to lead. And that's usually how leadership works. And the greatest opportunities is somebody doesn't give you leadership, you just take it.
Robin did that this morning.
Yeah, Robin, thank you so much for just jumping in and handling the conversation, and everybody else that contributed. Keep it going. That's really what this is about. So for me, a couple different lessons looking at all this thing. 1, pivot. 2, 360 leadership. Another thing is when it looks different, like you can say this is awkward, or you can say this is fascinating. I appreciate and enjoy that today looks a little different than yesterday. Awesome. Because I didn't know I was going to come in this morning and run to Kroger and buy a bunch of turkey and ham, right? But I got to tell you, it's probably the best thing.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah, it's the best thing I could have done. As much as I love being on this call with you guys and I love leading and having these conversations, going to get meat and stuff like that for kids, I hate to say it, but like, that's cooler than you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go and drop it out there, right? So I want you guys to, it's easy to feel guilty when things aren't perfect. It's easy to feel guilty when things aren't lining up. Oh, we're not on calendar, we're not on schedule. It's easy to feel guilty in so many different ways. Today may be the day where God's calling you to spend more time with your kids. Today may be the day where you put down your phone and you just pay attention to your husband. Today may be the day where you're like, man, I got to go buy turkey, okay? Or whatever it is. Live in purpose, live in priority, and understand that if it changes, it's not bad. Just pivot and keep on moving. Fair enough?
Yes.
Let's go. Anybody